Coach Willie Simmons went ahead and took his talents and went to Duke University after being with the FAMU Rattlers for 6 seasons. This is the second day that the committee has had meetings as far as trying to find a replacement for the former head football coach for the FAMU Rattlers. And I'm hoping that they find some kind of way to get the championship train back on track. And remember, the FAMU Rattlers are the 2023-2024 HBCU national champions. And right now, there's a lot of chaos that's going on around the program in which they got to come to an impasse as far as with everyone coming together so that they can work together to move this thing forward. Now, the question is, how do we fix it? What needs to be done? What's not being said? What is being said that just need to be put to the side and everybody get an understanding of what the plan is to move forward. We're going to get into all of that right after this. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share these videos, and tap the end friend to tell them to come on in. It's double positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing because I'm like, Coach, what's your take on this thing? You've been too quiet. You've been sitting over there. What are you seeing? What's your analysis of everything? Well, I'm going to be totally honest with you. If you want to see a program go up in flames, let a coach leave that is beloved by the program up and decide they want to go somewhere else. And boy, you got instant chaos that's going on immediately. Not immediately, but immediately. And the crazy thing is right now, the program got to come up with some answers as far as with who's going to be that guy that's going to come in there and lead the program going forward. Now, right now, you got the committee members, you got the board members. And I could be off with how, the different auxiliaries that I'm talking about here. You got the vice president / athletic director. You got the president. You got this new committee that they bring in here that they're trying to hope for, that they're using to find a head coach to come into the program. And it's just a lot going on right now. And I'm just sitting here, I'm looking at all of this, and I'm just like, guys, this is total chaos. This is total chaos. And I'm going to give a recommendation at the end of the show so that, maybe it could be a consideration just for right now. But all I'm saying is, guys, we got to be smart with what we're doing here. There's too much at stake as far as the athletes, the coaches, your fan base. And then not only that, but people that may want to do business with you, they're sitting here looking at all of this that's going on. Yes, everybody's looking at what's happening here because they want to see what the outcome is going to be. They don't want to continue to keep sitting here looking at all this infighting that's going on right before their eyes. I mean, think about it. If you're having a live stream or a live panel, whatever have you, that you're speaking on what's going on, what's going to take place, yeah, everybody's listening and watching at the same time. And you can tell by, the gestures that's going on that it's some underlying stuff that's going on between a lot of different people that's, all involved. And I'm like, guys, come on, guys. I got to pump your brakes with that. We're doing business. Let's do business. Let's handle business how we need to handle business and move forward. Remember, the brand is what's important right now. Let's make sure the brand is right and get these athletes situated where the coach is going to come in there and lead them in the manner which they need to be led. Not only that, but you got signing day right around the corner. But looking at how everything is shaping up over the past 18 days, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the reason you're sitting in this situation, there's a lot to go around for everybody that's involved right now. And I know y'all like, Coach, come on, man, don't do that. Don't say that. Listen, it needs to be said because I'm looking at social media. Social media is ugly. And, you never know who's looking at what. You never know who's behind these keyboards that's typing and saying whatever, because there's no faces behind it. You just got somebody with some characters that's saying what they feel and they move on. But I'm looking at, some of this stuff as far as the backlash that the athletic director is taking, as far as, her coming to the university. People feel that she's not competent enough to do the job. They want someone else to come in and take her place as far as, getting things in order. Oh, the budget, this, that. I'm like, guys, you know what? If some of y'all, I'm not going to say some of y'all, if we took the time to just do a little research, to go pull up information, what's going on, some of them questions to some of the things that's being said, you'll have those questions right before you. And the sad part about it is I'm sitting there looking like, God, dog, are y'all kidding me? And now I understand why the infighting is happening the way that it's happening. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna hit it. You know I'm about to talk about it because I'm gonna say this to you. Looking at what's going on right now since head coach Willie Simmons has been gone. Now he decided to go ahead and move on to Duke University because he wanted a raise. It's no doubt about that. He wanted a raise. Now the crazy thing about it is his deal was through 2023. Well, 2021, and then he signed an extension in 2021 that took his deal to 2025, in which he got no new money in that deal. Now, understand one thing, guys. He must really love FAMU for him to re-sign a deal, not get no new money, and then, continue to keep doing what he's doing in which he's trying to move the program forward, which now you have a national championship to go in, to go in your trophy case, say, hey, look what we did in 2023. We won it all. Now, the conversations that I've been, that I'm just touching on a few things. So y'all, relax, just hear me out. The point of emphasis where something, it was stated that he was told that he hadn't done enough for him to get a raise. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at everything. I said, okay, he hadn't done enough. Let's look at this man. Let's look at his record here. 2018, when he first started, 5-5. 2019, 9-2. 2021, 9-3, and he had an FCS playoff berth. 2022, 9-2. 2023, 12-1, HBCU national champion. Now, I get the committee want to keep having these meetings as far as with trying to come together to figure out who's going to be the candidates for the position, for the open position. Right now, you're on a time crunch. 1.5, 5 candidates to come in here just so you can move forward. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. You might want to take your top 2, top 3 and move on and go from there. That's not my recommendation, though. We're going to get to that in a second. But the thing is, when you listen to some of the committee folks and, committee people, I'm not trying to get on you guys or anything like that, but I understand why some people feel the way that they feel, because the committee, those different auxiliaries for the university have been carrying athletics for some time, making sure that the additional finances is there for them to cover the needs that, that's needed for the university, because the budget has been off. This ain't the first year the budget's been off. This is the first year we've heard about the budget being off. See, people get upset when they hear something for the first time, but when you start hearing certain things, say, wait a minute, this couldn't have been the first time this happened. It's been longer than one time. I'm going to save that. Y'all know Coach will save that. But all I'm simply saying is that, okay, I get it. People feel, and I'm trying not to use the word entitled, but people feel that they have the rite of passage to say, hey, look, this is the way we're going to go. And honestly, truly, with the AD saying that the budget is $200,000 for a coach to come into the program because the budget, the budget is out of whack. Again, the budget has been out of whack. The budget was out of whack before she came in there and sat down in the daggone chair and took the job. And I mean, why everyone, and since we're talking about that, everyone's talking about how this lady is not competent as far as we're trying to get issues taken care of, but she doesn't know her job. She doesn't know what she's doing as far as we're trying to come in here and run an athletic department. She didn't have the ability to do the job. But guys, let me break something down to you. There was some that had the ability to do the job that was there before she got there, and she's there now cleaning up the mess. Because HBCU game day, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Tolly Carr and Mr. Gaither, I'm just using you guys as a reference. Don't get upset with Coach. But I think they spoke on APR issue last year. I'm just going to put it out there for you. Now, if you talked about it last year, then it means it had a little heat that was going on with it. You forget about the athletes that was ineligible for them to play last year in the week 0 game when FAMU went to go play North Carolina. They were without 29 players. They were without 29 players because you had the paperwork and things of that nature that was not put in place for those athletes to get out there on the field. And if they needed to get a waiver from the NCAA for them to have the ability to play in that game, That paperwork was not submitted in a timely enough fashion for them to get that document. So it's like, okay, you got a waiver for you to play, but you still got to do what you need to do. Now, remember one thing. If the APR is not right, then that means your program going to get shut down. That means there's going to be scholarships going to be taken away. There's going to be, there might even be, there may be some scholarships taken away. There may be some financial, stipulations that hit some penalties and things of that nature that needs to be paid. And here you have your athletic budget in which that's going to take a hit. And for her to come in here and say, you know what, let me bring someone in to come take a look at what's going on and give us an action plan. She actually told you guys what the action plan was back in, was it April, September, something like that? I forget what the date is exactly. But she gave a rundown on exactly what they were looking to do to get things in order so that they don't have these issues. Because these issues have been going on for some time now. This ain't nothing new. It's new to those that don't really know. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just, when I'm sitting here, I'm listening, and I'm listening and I'm watching, I'm like, dang, people want to swift kick this lady in the behind, like, all of this is on her. No, it ain't on her. Honestly, truly, Head Coach Willie Simmons, I love the guy. Hate, hate is not a good word. Not really use hate. I understand he had to move on. It was his time to move on. Because for a coach to outperform his contract and still remain with the university, to continue to keep pushing that university forward, he put that university before itself. Because any coach in their right mind would say, you know what, guess what? Dang, bro, he ain't got this bag over here. I'm going to go ahead and bust me a move. And then he go ahead and take off, do what he got to do. You can't get you can't get upset with that. You have to give him the right of passage. Give him that grace to say, you know what? Hey, coach, I understand. I respectfully get it. And then, of course, you hear the ramblings about, hey, well, why isn't everybody talking about him the same way that they talked about Deion Sanders? They are one-on-one. They're totally different. They're totally opposites. Totally opposites. Head Coach Willie Simmons loved FAMU, even though he didn't attend FAMU. His wife, his family, they all attended the university. So that's near and dear to him. And not only that, everyone's saying that, he practically grew up on that campus. So I respect that, and I respect him for doing what he's doing. Because guess what? While many of you are talking about why certain things weren't handled in the manner in which they were handled, you allow those same things to happen to you on your job. Let's look at it from this standpoint. You see the inflation that's going on right now in this world. When you go to the market, you go to the gas station to get gas for your car. Heck, you see inflation. If you ain't got no car, you're riding a bus. You see, you got to pay more for your tokens to get on the daggone bus or get on the train. So what are we saying? You're still going to find a way to make it work any which way you can, regardless of the circumstance of you having it or not. But again, this man loved FAMU, and when you say, hey, I'm going to ride this wave on out. Stayed 6 seasons with the program. Signed the extension. That's supposed to go through 2025. But here, when you look at everything that's going on as far as like the incentives and things of that nature that was not taken care of, I'm just saying, the Tallahassee Democrat, they put everything up there for you to see it. Tallahassee Democrat give you the information as far as what it is that you need to see. They give you some of it, and then oftentimes you have to go other places. It's just search. It's there. But I say all of that to say to you that, yeah, sometimes information is out there for people to get, people to see. It might be embellished a little bit, but you could, read through it and get an understanding of what's going on. But I'll say this, and here's the breakdown on why I say there's enough blame to go around for everybody. I am glad that, the athletic director, she's standing firm on we only got $200,000 to pay the next head football coach to come in here, and the different auxiliaries for the university. If they want to, pay their coach more, they're going to have to find a way, they're going to have to come up off that money to give it to them. Now, with all of that being said, I'm going to go, let me go back to the original thing, which was, I spoke on the APR issue, and I'm going to talk about why I feel that she brought Coach Gibbs in to the program, she's looking to possibly bring him into the program and things because the name got out there everybody lost their mind because they're like, we don't want him. He Division II coach. Man, look here. It didn't matter if that man was a daggone shoe salesman that taught folks how to tie their shoes with their eyes closed. If that man get out there and coach a daggone team for them to come win, let that man do what he need to do and make it happen. He's over there at Fort Valley State University, 8-2, was it 8-2, 8-3. 2 seasons he's there. And he got a running back that's in the daggone league right now playing for the Green Bay Packers that's playing in the playoffs this weekend. So obviously he has some concept of what's going on. And not only that, but he came from a program that was out there winning championships. So obviously he understands what needs to be done for that to happen. Coach Gibbs is a great guy as well. I've met him also over at the SIAC Media Day. Got to give him his props as well. Hey, I'm giving everybody props. I ain't cutting nobody down with this. I'm just trying to get the points across so that we all get an understanding that, listen, guys, we got to find a way to come together a little bit better than what we're doing because, like I said before, the world is watching. The world is watching. What part of that we don't understand? The world is watching. And I'm gonna throw this phrase out here for you just so y'all get an understanding where I'm coming from. Because what sense does it make for me to come kick you in your ass to make you look crazy in front of everybody out here? Excuse me for using the word ASS, but I'm just saying. Because like ASS, a lot of folks like to assume, right? And when you assume, you do what? You get it. But all I'm saying is that, listen, we got to do better as far as what we got going on here. Again, my question is, if the budget was out of whack, it's been out of whack for a good while. And it ain't been just this year. So my question is, why ain't nobody hollering and screaming at the previous athletic director / vice president that was in office? Or are we looking at it from the standpoint everything was cool because, y'all just saw the money coming when they were able to get, grants to get people to donate money to the university. It smoothed that out to where nobody really paid no attention to it. See, everything I'm saying to you is documented because she actually went out there to get someone to come in and take a look at athletics as a whole. See, the reason why the president brought her in, and this is my personal opinion, she was brought there to come clean up the academic piece, which is making sure that the APR don't get jacked up. I'm just saying, guys, just take a look at it for yourself. This is bigger than just football. It really is. Because again, if that is not right, you don't have no football program. You don't have that out there. You're going to get what you can get as far as with athletes coming out there. Now, when it comes to the athletes, who's sitting down communicating with the athletes? Now there's the rumor about the offensive coordinator is gone. I mean, you lost your defensive coordinator, you lost your director of recruiting to Colorado. I'm like, come on, guys, what are we doing? At the end of the day, this infighting, the infighting that's happening right now and no communication is the reason why this is happening like this. And the communication problem did not start with just her, because that's documented as well. So listen, guys, start reading and seeing what's going on. And everything starts to make much sense now as far as what's going on. It's like it's glaring like, God, dog, really, is this what's going on? Athletic director / vice president Ms. Sykes, I'm not saying that, hey, she went about doing things in the manner which she did them, y'all need to leave her be. But right now, y'all got yourselves behind the 8 ball. And regardless of the fact that it didn't matter who she brought in there, I don't think you guys would have wanted that person to come anyway, because it's too much listening to these conversations is too much of, hey, we need to make sure so-and-so get in here. You're saying it, but you're not saying it. And again, you're embarrassing the university right now with that. Because I'm going to say this, and I know somebody going to get bad, but guess what? It needs to be said. Everybody wants to have access to the list of candidates that's going to be posted as far as those that want to come in and apply for the job. That list going to get out, just like that name did with Coach Gibbs when he, was going to be brought in as the new head football coach. Guys, let's find a happy medium to put this in play and understand what's going on. Because again, all we're really doing is you're spinning in a wheel. You're spinning a wheel and the wheel is just spinning. You're not really getting anything out of it. Having a meeting every day about the meeting that you had yesterday, and you still talking about maybe one or two action points that happened maybe in a day that has nothing to do with anything, where you could have waited and had that meeting 2-3 days from now and then went on and did what you need to do. Back to the blame part. We're going to get to the blame. Now, when I say the blame, I say the blame is this. There's no blame to go around for everybody. I'm going to start with the head football coach. Head football coach should have understood if there was no new money coming with his deal in 2021 when he signed that extension, he should understand, guess what? Today's price ain't yesterday's price. And I honestly feel that he got so upset with what was going on, he knew that it was time for a change. And not only that, but he had done everything he needed to do there. He did everything he needed to do at FAMU to go ahead and move forward. Now, right now, you're sitting in this situation as far as trying to figure out, trying to find a coach to come in and take over the program because he's gone. Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think the contract stated that he needed to be there to the 31st to get to get the money that's owed to him. So if he didn't get a raise in all that time, and he got these incentives that he made, that he acquired from his hard work through the efforts of his team, heck yeah, I'd have sat there to the 31st too, and then told y'all on January 1st, hey, you know what, guys, I'm out. So, I mean, I understood where he's coming from with that. But again, if the money wasn't there, all I'm saying is that should have had that conversation where you understood early enough to get it taken care of. I know folks are saying that, hey, you should have sat this man down and told him, you should have sat him down and tried to negotiate with him back when they beat Jackson State. No, he should have been negotiated with back in 2021. He should have been negotiated with back then because he had already outperformed his damn deal. Not because he beat Jackson State. Oh, he beat Jackson State. No, he outperformed his deal in 2021 when they went to the FCS playoffs. He outperformed that deal then. Now, the other thing I'll say is looking at his deal, and matter of fact, I'm going to read it to you. The previous vice president need to bring himself to the front too. And why I say that is because we're going to talk about the deal. Now, reason why I say he need to come to the deal, reason why I say he need to come to the front is because, like I said before, Coach outperformed he outperformed his deal in 2021. And he should have been given a raise. How you gonna have this man how you gonna have him sign an extension in 2021 that goes through 2025? No new money. Now, I mean, and that's cold. I mean, hey, y'all can sit back and say, Coach, you wrong, but no, I feel how I feel on that one. But this is the thing. If this coach can't get paid for the incentives that he and his coaches acquired throughout the seasons, as far as what, different things that was within the contract for him to win, if they won certain things, they did certain things, they get those incentives. I'm like, come on, guys, why this stuff is not taken care of? And that's courtesy of the Tallahassee Democrat that put that out there. Like I said, Coach Simmons should have been pushing harder for that raise back in 2021 instead of signing on that dotted line. That's all Coach trying to say. Now, the committee, right now, guys, I feel like y'all hands is too far in the pot. And I understand why they're in the pot because of the fact that you guys have been covering a lot for the athletic department because of the shortfalls that they had. Even though you're not saying that they had shortcomings before, because right now that kind of takes that power off the table. Because people will sit there and look at it and say, well, hey, hold on, Coach. How you going to sit here and say that? Guys, look, y'all know daggone well them books ain't been right for some time now. And I applaud you guys for having the financial ability to make sure that your athletics is in point. This is why I love all of the HBCUs that come together and do the things that they need to do. You guys were able to put together a package where you were able to get people to donate money into the university within 48 hours. What was it, $140,000? Hey, I salute you for that. But my $1 million question was, had Coach Willie Simmons stayed, were you guys going to be able to do that year after year after year after year? Because honestly, truly, how your recruiter was setting that thing up, I'm sitting there wondering, like, man, y'all played Miami and Troy this upcoming season. I'm like, boy, they might get out there and give some folks a run for their money. That's not really anticipating. But again, all I'm saying to you is that, when you sit down, you analyze and look at things, on paper, it looks great. You want to figure out, you're sitting there like, dang, okay, it got all this coming in. This is what's happening. But this is my thing. I honestly feel like there's a lot of, there's too many chiefs right now. Everybody want to be in control. Everybody want to they want to make the soup the way they want to make the soup. They want to cook the meat the way they want to cook the meat. And then, they tell somebody else over there, hey man, go cook the bread. And by the time they put the tray of bread in the oven, they're like, whoa. The heat up too high on the buns, bro. You got to turn the heat down a little bit on the buns. The buns, they're going to burn up. They're going to burn up. You got to get it together. So again, it's right now, you guys got to find a way to come together and get this thing right. Because the world is watching. The world is watching. And honestly, truly, right now with what the vice president / academic, vice president / athletic director, Ms. Sykes, has been able to do as far as we're trying to get the student part of the student athlete rectified with the university. You got to give her a props for that. That's the real reason why the president said, hey, I need this lady here in this position. Not only that, but they had to bring some other folks in there. Like I said, I'm going to go back to 2022 again. Y'all remember, you didn't have the people in there to take care of this stuff. This stuff was it was the up in smoke to her when it came time for them to go play North Carolina. And you didn't have all the people out there. You didn't. So I heard the phrase of, hey, we got to find a way to get our trust back. Guys, let me break something down to you. You saying trying to get trust back. She is the athletic / vice president, right? Understand that everything, there's different policies and procedures that you got to follow within the state of Florida as far as making sure everybody knows what's going on. But at the end of the day, the recommendations come down. Her and the president sit down and talk about them. They bring them to y'all. And then you go from there and say, okay, yeah, all right, cool. We cool with that. But to flat out make it seem like whoever, if whatever's going on, y'all gonna disagree with it, that's kind of cold, because guess what? Not the money that you're spending on this other committee to go find these individuals that want to come in there and be a head coach for FAMU. Guess what? You're throwing more money out the daggone window that you already don't have. So what sense does that make? And guess what she did? She played smart with everybody and said, you know what? I'm cool. I'll let y'all have this. I'm going to take my hands off of it. We'll bring the committee in here and we'll see how it go from there. And still, here we are spinning the wheel. So, guys, all I'm simply saying is it comes a point in time where you got to understand, listen, you could do more with less as far as everything that's going on. Just had a communication. There hasn't been no communication for a long time, and it just started now with her. She just coming in here trying to do her job. The coach gone. Everybody up in arms. She gone. Oh, you didn't take care of Willie Simmons. Blah. Bro, the money wasn't there. The money wasn't there. Now, I will say this. Academic / vice president Sykes, you're going to get out there and start knocking on them doors, creating relationships. Everybody going to have to come out there and start working together, getting them corporate sponsors to come up in there and make this thing shake, so that you don't have these type of issues, so that the shortfall that you have within the athletic budget, you can get that situation, you can get that fixed in some capacity. I know it's talking about a raffle of some sort that you're looking to try and do. I'm like, I hope it's something that's going to be, it's going to bring a strong windfall of finances into the university, because Lord knows you don't want to have nothing that's going to be, that's going to fall short, and you're going to end up losing money based on trying to, get people to get involved and do whatever it takes to come be a part of what you offer. And all of the FAMU Rattlers folks out there, hey, y'all rally around this lady and support her. Because trust and believe, when the smoke clears, y'all going to see what she's doing. You're going to be like, oh, dang, we know that. Yeah. Because my main thing is, why y'all ain't had a smoke for them other daggone athletic directors that was in there before she got there on the madness that's going on? That's the only coach question. That's the only question coach got for you with that. Because like I said, this was screwed up before she got there. And look, I'm not throwing no darts at nobody, but what I'm saying is, and I'm talking to you with this without trying to slam the university as far as what's going on, because it's already enough turmoil and chaos going on as it is. But like I said before, we got to do better. That's all coaches say. We got to do better. Now, my personal recommendation would be this. The candidates that's currently on the roster, the coaches that are there, you still got other coaches that you got to fill in and bring into the program. These coaches are looking to make sure that their futures is going to be intact, so that they can take care of their families. You got their families in limbo right now with all this stuff that's going on. That's why I said, come on, guys, let's use our minds here. We got a lot of people that's in limbo dealing with this situation right now, and this situation needed to be rectified like 3 days ago. After it needed to be rectified a week and a half ago. You bring your candidates in there. Those that want to apply for the head coach position, you bring them in there, you sit them down, let them talk, and we go ahead and make a calculated effort as far as what's going on. You got your interim for the year. And you circle back and find your coach that's going to be able to come in here and run this program next year. Because right now, how things is rolling with this snail pace and everything that's happening, you guys you're going to mess around. Y'all don't have no coach in here that's going to be ready to hit the ground running right before signing day hits. And that's going to be terrible because now you're looking at all these athletes that are jumping into the transfer portal because of the uncertainty. And you don't want to start seeing athletes that was there on that team that won that national championship decide, you know what, I'm taking my time to go elsewhere because I don't know what to expect from y'all. So in this instance, all I'm saying is, hey guys, find a happy medium. Say, okay, cool. We'll do it like this for this year. But next year, we got to come back and revisit this unless this coach come in here and show us that they are the one to become the head football coach. And y'all can make that decision to move from there. Right now, now ain't the time to play with this. But guys, Coach will go ahead and get up on out this thing. Like I said, I know I probably talked to y'all to death about all of this stuff because, like I said, it's frustrating to see everything that's going on in the manner which is going because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like everybody want to be in charge, but the person need to be in charge taking care of business. She's sitting right there and literally she's being overlooked. So, like I said, everybody has their own opinion. I'm just giving you mine. Hopefully, we can all find a happy medium as far as with the direction that this thing is going to go. I mean, like I said, I'm open to talk and discuss with anybody. I just hope this thing is resolved so that these athletes can get themselves together and business is handled for them to move forward and prosper in the manner which they're trying to do, especially with them being a national champion. You know daggone well they want to defend their championship, and they ain't trying to go out there and get knocked over on their shield looking crazy when the season starts. So Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.